Hello and welcome to Queenie's Card of the Year for 2024. Yeah, right? 224. The year adds up to the number 8. Add that to your birth number or the month and date of your birth, and you'll get what your card of the year is. Mine is 8, 9. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do the math in my head right now. Pretty sure, I think it's a 7 or an 8 this year. Anyway, so 8 is about, in a lot of tarot decks, because in some tarot decks it's switched, is the strength card. And the strength card is about facing and loving and accepting and taming your beasties within, like your id, your primal urges, your the things that you don't think are very lovable about you. It's being able to tame them. And do you want to know how the strength card, that has, usually it's depicted with a woman with either her head or her hand in a lion's mouth, is by acknowledging them, by seeing them. It's like we've got these inner children within ourselves, and sometimes they just really act up. But the reason that they act up is because we're not paying attention. We're going through life on automatic pilot and we're not paying attention to them. That's the strength card in the tarot, in the major arcana of the tarot. Now, I always end up with cards that the strength card is number 8 and the justice card is number 11. But in some decks, the justice card is number 8 and the strength card is number 11. So I cannot speak to those tarot decks because I'm so used to the other that's just where my brain automatically goes. If you turn an 8 on its side, it's the infinity symbol. We can get into all kinds of things about that. But I am not as well versed in in as much of the symbology as I am in, okay, this is what this energy feels like, because that's kind of how I read in the tarot and how I read the Faeries Oracle cards. Is this is what this energy feels like. I may have a basic outline of what the meanings are, but I go with, this is the energy at the moment. This is how it feels at this very moment. And at this very moment, it feels like the strength card. Also, the number 8 is, it's 4 twice, and 4 is a stable foundation. And I would think, to me, this just in, is that 8 is a stable foundation for a good long time. Like stable foundation, infinity, which is your spirit. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whether you're in a body or not in a body, your spirit, your divinity is a constant. That is your foundation. That is my belief. It doesn't have to be yours, but that is my belief. Anyway, I got some little boingers here. Oh well. Anyway, so all of that said, the cards that I pulled for 2024 are from the Faeries Oracle deck by Brian Froud. And I was going to only pull one card, but then that one card kind of needed some support. So I pulled Gloominous Doom. Now, this isn't a bad card, but he looks kind of mopey and everything. The key word that I'm getting from this card for 2024 is grief. There are going to be things that we are going to need to let go that no longer serve us and no longer serve humanity in general. And these things will need to be let go. And it is going to be very hard to not wallow in the loss of those things, the loss of things as they were, regardless of whether or not they were good for you. Uh, there are things I know in particular. In order for me to live, to continue living on this planet and to continue to thrive on this planet, there are things that I'm going to need to let go of. I'm going to need to grieve the loss of them. Certain ways of operating in the world, certain ways of being, and that's sad. And so, Gloominous Doom kind of reminds us that, okay, yes, we need to acknowledge that we're feeling this, but we also need to acknowledge that it is okay to release that feeling and move on. Gloominous Doom has a tendency to kind of really throw down in the wallowing of it. So here's the deal, it's going to hurt. Feel that hurt. Give yourself a little time to feel that hurt. Give yourself a, I used to suggest to people when I got this card to, for them to have like a day or two where you watch really, really sad movies, get your bonbons out, get your Kleenex box, get your stuffed animal out, be cozy, and just get those feelings out. Write it all out in your journal. Just get them out. And if you put off crying about something, if you put off those feelings and shove them down, it's so much more uncomfortable and it seems so much more impossible than it does if you just give yourself a safe space and time to release them, to talk about them, to write them out, to nurture yourself. So that is what Gloominous Doom is here to teach us. The support card for that, and the reason I got about the grief process, about letting go of things that no longer serve you, is we have the Lady of the Harvest. The Lady of the Harvest is about completely letting go of the things that no longer serve. So if there's something that we've harvested that's shit, merde, poop. Anyway, if there's something that we've harvested that isn't working, or if we've got weeds and everything like that, we've got to let them go in order to move on. Use them as fertilizer to move on to the next thing. And I guess the Lady of the Harvest being there to support Gloominous Doom is kind of letting Gloominous Doom know that there is hope for the future, and about the cycles of things. There's a process to everything. If we're connected to nature, nature has a process of birth, death, rebirth. There's we become fertilizer, you know. So this year is about understanding the cycles and the processes, and understand that a cycle has ended and a new one is beginning. And it may seem like you can't see where it's going. And it may seem like you've had to let go of all these things that you thought that used to mean security to you. And still in your head, a little bit, you're wired to think that they are. But you are being asked to let them go because there is more. There is another part of the cycle. You're in the, like the death part. We're being reborn this year, and we're going to have to approach things in a different way, in a more humanitarian way. But we're going to have to let go of a lot of the old things that will hold us back and will make us sad and gloominous doom and wallow in the future. So I hope that made sense. It kind of made sense to me. This just comes out. But I'm wishing you an incredible 2004. No need to wallow. Know that you are loved simply because you exist. Simply because you are here on this planet, you are loved and you are valid. And I want you to have a wonderful year. I'm going to do my best too. And I will see you more on TikTok with more cards. At least that's the plan, if I let go of some stuff. So if you're interested in a reading, check my link tree on my bio, and I'm available for all kinds. And I love you very much, and I will see you soon. Bye. Welcome.